what would you say to somebody who feels like tough love is a necessary thing?
Be careful, because it doesn't have to be that tough. It is okay to not be tough, and it still qualifies as love.
Thank you. Let's move on from that. I appreciate you. So we're still on the family thing, right? I've recently experienced this. What is your view on cutting off toxic family members? We have a lot of memes and things that go around about how people are now starting to realize that, like, we've been ingrained to put up with our family members' bullshit just because they're your family. What is your view on cutting off toxic family members?
You know, I haven't really had to deal with that. However, I will admit that with like the skeleton, my family skeletons, for example, sometimes we deal with it with the rug. You know, we will sweep it. We will sweep the skeletons. We'll hide them in the closet. We'll sweep them under the rug. You know, that's just kind of, you know, the whole type of forgive and forget type thing. And then, you know, I think becoming an adult, once I found out some of the stuff that had happened that I didn't know about, it was like, it's so illuminating. But then it's like, you mean to tell me that you were healthy all this time, hiding it, and then faking the front around the people that you probably should have cut off? I doubt it. And you know, it's that. So I don't think that's a good way to do it either. But at the same time, you know, family is family, but just because they're blood doesn't mean that they're family. Unfortunately. And you know, I think because of all right, come, if you want to speak on it, you can, because I have a different angle that I can come about it with.
Go wherever you're going. Go wherever you're going.
I've some of my friends have had to distance themselves from family because of lack of acceptance, be it a sexuality thing or a faith thing, or they may have had a child too early and they got judged for it or put down or shamed for it, or you know, they had or a family member with an addiction and they had to, you know, put some distance between them. And just seeing people, you don't have to take it, and because they're blood you feel like you have to, but then at some point along your personal journey you need the space to be yourself and actualize, and sometimes being around toxic family members will quench that.
Right.
In fact, it does quench that. You know, when you're around that energy, you can't be yourself. What you learn to do is compartmentalize and just put up with the stuff because you know you have to if you're going to be around that.
Yeah.
But then, you know, sometimes people can't even don't know the way out because there's a codependency with some family members, even with their toxicity. It's just bad all around.
I just came up with this from listening to what you said. Just because they're blood, don't sweep it under the rug. Right?
You would think that you'd be able to unpack things because they're blood, because they're family.
But family comes with a whole different amount of like loyalty and like expectations of loyalty too.
The expectation of loyalty, yes.
Right?
And
like,
not only the expectation.
How many times? Sorry, real quick. Wait, let me do real quick. You've heard those things about how they have the pervy uncle or the pervy grandfather, and they're like, you know, watch the babies around them, but you still got his ass at the goddamn family function.
Barbecue. Yeah. Yeah.
You got the crazy uncle or the crazy aunt who knows she finna drink too much and go ham, but you still got them at the family function
because you love them. But you're supposed to love them, you know. And and I guess with blood there is an understanding of you because you love them, you work around their BS, even if they're not working on it themselves. It's not good.
That's
You know,
heavy.
why do we have to adjust if they're not improving? No, make them get help, make them improve. You know, don't force the.
Give them the. You don't have to make them. Give them the opportunity. Give them the resource. If they're not going to do the work, you're not coming around. Plain and simple. TJ, if you come to my house right now, and I know a motherfucker that got beef with you, I'm not going to have that person at my house. I'm probably not going to be friends with that person because they beefing with my homeboy. So I'm not going to ever put you in no weird ass, badass position. Why is it that family legitimizes that and thinks that that's okay?
I don't know, but I do. We're because they're family. You know who I am. We're expected to tolerate it. But you know, just like we've always been talking about doing the necessity to do our own work, we're afraid to hold them accountable.
But why? What are we afraid of though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are we afraid of? Is this loyalty that much of a crux for us that we're so afraid of like being looked at as a disloyal person for telling somebody, bro, you need help?
Telling them the truth.
The truth.
Fear, you don't want them to shut down, or what? I don't know. You don't want to seem like you're burning a bridge, but their actions are actually doing that themselves, and I really don't know.
We're not.
I'm thinking about some stuff that's very close by, and just knowing how some of my family members had to deal with it. They had to stay. They had to stay around it, and you know, they didn't receive wholeness from their trauma until, you know, like their 30s and 40s. That is very unfortunate, and they're all the better for it now. But you know, back in the day, you know, we did. If you had a dirty daddy, if you left the man, you know, if say the wife didn't have a trade, you didn't. That mama was struggling on her own, you know, and sometimes you know, sometimes your parents, because of how they know about things, they'll send you right back because, you know, they don't want you at the house because they did enough work trying to get rid of you, raising you. My bad, I didn't mean to say it that way.
But that's how it feels, though. That's how it feels.
I said it I said it how it really is.
You said that shit how it feels. Like you know this.
I did my work. You grown, you know.
How many like you, bro? You can go to the McDonald's. You can go to the store, and you'll see a mother or a father talking to their kid like they're a burden.
I didn't bring myself into this world. I didn't lay in the bed with my mamas and my dad. I didn't do that. You know, like it's not my fault. But yeah, but I mean that's toxic too. But man, but that wasn't the question though. But we could go a whole.
I think what we got to get to the point of too, bro, is what it's got to come down to. Look at this. I'm gonna ask you this. TJ, do you have insecurities? Yes or no questions only.
Yes.
Do you have faults?
Yes.
Have you done the work on these faults for multiple months, weeks, years to better yourself for either your family or your future family? Yes or no?
Yes. Doing it right now. Yes.
So why the fuck don't we hold the people that need to do the same damn thing the right way? Why do we make those excuses?
Sometimes it's about knowing our place. We're told to know our place, you know, especially if it's a family member that's an elder. You know, you call them out on some. I've hated, the worst thing that I've seen is when a young child comes to them with an accusation, a true accusation, and the child is not believed because of the mama or the adult's loyalty to the other adult.
To the accused.
Yeah, that's been the worst thing. And so what happens, they don't, because you didn't believe me when I was young, I will never open up about anything else again. And you wonder why people have all these trust issues now.
And you know how
because we don't believe our kids.
Do we know how prevalent these stories are? Like, this is what's so sickening about it. Like I'm not gonna divulge too much because there are victims who deserve to be respected. But I've learned so much about my family over this last year, and I cut everybody off. That energy does something to me, bro. Like, I'm not that type of person. I can't sit and fake in front with you. TJ, if I knew you was talking shit about me behind closed doors, there'd be no way I could be around you. Because I'm going to say something. You know what I mean?
Even worse, if I was talking shit about you, I would be fake to even hang around you. But we do that.
But a lot of people don't have that integrity. They don't have that integrity. So, but on the same note, is if we talked about it weeks ago, we said, could you be friends with somebody if you knew they was putting hands on a woman or their partner, whatever it was?
I said, hell no. Dominique said, F no.
No, because we can't, because I'm sitting here, what do I look like sitting back, drinking a beer with you, smoking a blunt with you, even though I don't smoke no more, but doing any of that with you, yucking it up, talking bullshit, and I know your partner in there scared of you because you put hands on them.
Right.
They're just something that don't go with my moral fiber, bro.
Right. And if a significant other is important to you, I'm probably cool with them too. So if you putting hands on my friend, I'm gonna want to put hands on you. Period.
Think about it. You know my wife now, right? You've had conversations with my wife.
Yep.
You can already tell what kind of fiber and what kind of cloth she's cut from. We got a great respect. But if you found out I was doing some foul ass fuck shit to her, you'd be like, it offsets the balance of everything that we built this friendship on.
Well, and on top of that, sometimes friendships are expected to keep secrets to protect one another. And you know, the whole snitching thing. And you know, what if I found out that a friend of mine was cheating on somebody, or know that they are, but I don't say anything? I'm just as foul as that friend. I am just as foul. But you know, but we stick to this fake. It's fake. It's a fake honor code.
Because don't nobody follow it. Don't nobody follow it.
Everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. Look at Lil Wayne, but never mind.
I did see that they said that boy got paid for that.
Of course, that was a personal gain thing. How did it? You know, one of my favorite lyrics. I say this lyric all the time. I see a pig, I say "Assalamu alaikum." How you gonna hate cops that much and then be with Trump? That makes no sense. But whatever. We're not talking.
No, but you're right. We create these honor codes and these street codes that nobody really follows because everybody, honestly, the majority of people are in jail because somebody took a fucking plea to some degree. Unless you got caught straight up doing something on camera or whatever it is, there is no true honor amongst thieves.
And of course not, because they're thieves. And thieves do thief type stuff. Dirty people do dirty things. They have dirty minds. That's just the way they are.
So if you went to somebody in the church and you said, okay, you are all God praising human being, whoop-de-whoop bam. Listen, I want to tell you about my indiscretion. You would almost, that would be understandable to expect that, almost, right? You're talking about a thief and somebody you're doing crime with. Because here's the thing, a person that loves you would never put you in that position to do that crime in the first place.
No.
TJ, you could come to me and say, look, bro, I'm gonna go hit this lick. I'm gonna go get this money real quick. First off, I'm getting out the car. I'm gonna tell you that right there. If I got the money, I'm being like, TJ, what do you need so you don't have to do this? But if that's just who you are in general, I'm gonna let you go do that. But I'm never gonna be like, hey, TJ, come with me real quick so we can go to Walmart. Then we get to Walmart. Then I'm like, oh, we finna hit a lick real quick. No, a person that loves you and that honors you and respects you would never put you in a situation
Absolutely.
where you would harm yourself or your family. So
yeah.
There is no code. You already breaking the code when you're doing fucked up shit with these people anyway.
Yeah, when you get dirty, you think dirty. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago too. The difference between someone who operates off of love and off of survival. You know, a survivor will do whatever it takes, no matter if it's clean or dirty. You know, somebody who loves, they're more considerate. They will count the cost. A survivor doesn't always count it, or they do count it and they don't care because their need for it circumvents all other risks involved. I don't care if this man worked 60-hour days so that he could buy this nice car. I want this nice car. I'm going to steal it from him. They don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,